Happy Monday, everybody. I'm KHOU 11 meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with a look at your forecast today on the first day of fall. It is Monday, September 22nd. This marks the official first day of fall in terms of the astronomical definition. Remember, we talked about the meteorological definition starts September 1st, but the astronomical seasons, of course, is when the sun's rays line up with different points on the Earth. And today, the core of the sun's rays line up exactly over the equator, and so that marks the beginning of the equinox. So today is the day when the equator sees equal length day and night. That's why it's called the equinox. But does that mean that we get equal length of day and night here in southeast Texas? No, that comes in on Friday. So the fall equinox is at 1:19 this afternoon. Here in Houston, we will see 12 hours and 7 minutes of daylight today. So the equinox refers to the day when the equator gets equal length day and night. The equilux refers to when other areas see that, and our equilux is going to be Friday. That's when we see a 50-50 12-hour day, 12-hour night. Not a big difference, just a little fun fact for you as we get you into the first week of fall. Temperatures this afternoon are warming up. We're in the upper 80s and low 90s. A little bit cooler in a few spots where we've seen some heavy rain, but the humidity is really high. These numbers will be with us here at least for the next few days. Dew point temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, indicating that really tropical summertime air mass. As we get into the overnight tonight, we'll see temperatures drop back into the low 70s. And then for Tuesday, we'll do the chance of storms again for the afternoon with high temperatures generally topping out in the lower 90s. So here's a look at the rain chances for the rest of today. At least a 40% chance, I think, for the coastal areas. Getting into the city, all of Harris County, seeing that 40% rain chance. Those chances will start to drop off, though, as you go farther north. Only a 20% chance for our northern suburbs and more rural areas. So here's a look at Fitch Track here through the rest of the afternoon. That line of downpours kind of lifting north from the coast. So again, off and on periods of rain for us. Not everyone sees it, but if you get it, it's going to be a quick bout of heavy rain. And then even a couple of claps of thunder, rumbles of thunder possible as well. That will continue through about 7 or 8 o'clock. And then we wrap things up into the overnight. Tomorrow we start off with a mix of sun and clouds, maybe a couple of stray showers out there. Yet again, we do this to rinse and repeat forecast for the moment. Tuesday afternoon, few spotty downpours out there, about a 30% chance for rain. And again, by 7 p.m., everything starts to wrap up. Things will change, though, as we get towards the end of the week, or actually the middle of the week. By Wednesday, we see a change in our forecast that lasts through the end of the week and the weekend. Temperatures right now, like I just showed you, around 90 for us here in Houston, upper 80s, low 90s across the rest of the state as well. Check out the blue pocket of cooler weather, though, across the Intermountain West into the Pacific Northwest. This cooler weather is coming in behind a cold front moving across the Rockies right now, and that will change our forecast by the end of the week. So rain chances, again, stay isolated for today and tomorrow, and then increase by Wednesday. We're at least into the scattered category by Wednesday as that front reaches us, and then we turn a lot drier getting into the end of the week. So here it is. That front comes in by Wednesday. We see some much higher chances for showers and thunderstorms. I would say it's more of an afternoon and evening chance, and some of these storms could get feisty, maybe a strong damaging wind gust not out of the question. So we are going to be keeping a close eye on the forecast Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening. Again, not everyone will see rain, but there's a chance that a good part of the area sees some storms. And again, those storms could be on the stronger side. Behind that, we get a big air mass change with a drop in humidity and a drop in temperatures here by the end of the week. Again, dew points right now are in that summer tropical range, in the 70 to 75 degree range. By the end of the week, we'll see those dew points drop well below 60. So Friday, it's going to be gorgeous here. Tons of sunshine, lower humidity. Temperatures are still going to be warm, but with the lower humidity, it feels a lot better. All that dark green on the map, which indicates those higher dew points, gets wiped away Thursday into Friday, and it actually looks to stick around. I think this front has some staying power. Notice we go from these tropical dew points down into the comfortable range, not just for Friday and the weekend, but even into the start of next week. So a long period here of much more comfortable weather coming up behind this front, and that's going to equate to some cooler overnight temperatures. The daytime highs will be close to normal, around 90 degrees. You'll really notice the difference, though, with the overnight temperatures, because with higher humidity, that keeps us warm overnight. With lower humidity, those overnight temperatures can really drop, and I think we'll see a couple mornings with mid-60s possible in the city here by the weekend and into the start of next week. In the tropics, things are starting to get a little more active. We've got Hurricane Gabrielle. This is the storm that just won't quit. It wasn't looking good last week, but it's really started to pick its act up and now starting to strengthen just to the south and east of Bermuda. And then behind it, we've got this wave here with a moderate chance of developing in the next 7 days. And then this wave farther to the east now with high probabilities for developing as we go through the next 7 days. So we'll talk about Gabrielle first. Boy, this thing's a monster all of a sudden. A buzzsaw spinning out here again just to the east. Here's Bermuda, so just to the south and east of Bermuda. Winds as of 10 o'clock this morning at 120 miles per hour. But look at the motion, now going straight north. So instead of going northwest, it's now just going north, and eventually we expect that northeastward turn, eventually going out to sea here as we head through the rest of the week. So thankfully this storm is not going to be an issue for anyone here the next few days. So models agree that Gabrielle goes out to sea. However, look what happens towards this weekend. Those other two waves that the National Hurricane Center is watching, the American and the European models are picking up on. However, I think the European model is picking up on the wave that is farther to the east with the higher chance of developing. The American model is picking up on that one that's a little closer, a little farther to the west with the moderate odds of developing. Bottom line, I think we will have another storm on this map by the time we get to the end of this week and the weekend. The wave that's farther to the east that has the high probability of developing, it's shrouded in a lot of Saharan dust right now. So I think the development is going to be slow with this. But as we get towards the end of the week and the weekend, we start to see some development here. And this is the other wave, by the way. Notice it's not quite as developed, but there is a pocket of energy that we'll have to watch here too. So again, two spots fairly close to each other that we'll be keeping our eye on here by the end of the week, the weekend, and next week. The good news though, nothing in the Gulf, nothing in the Caribbean. All of this will be for the eastern seaboard to watch again through the weekend into next week. But a sign that things are starting to get a little more active out in the Atlantic. Doing any traveling for the day tomorrow across the Northeast, you might be dealing with some showers and storms, especially for the interior. I think I-95 looks okay. Temperatures in the 80s from Boston all the way down through D.C. Mid-70s out towards Cleveland with a mix of sunshine and clouds. Into the southeast, weather looks beautiful. Certainly going to be on the warmer side, still in the 90s from New Orleans out through Atlanta. Nashville back through Little Rock, you're going to be dealing with a couple of showers and storms with high temperatures in the 80s and the 90s. Going up and down Florida from Tallahassee down through Miami. Into Texas, lots of sunshine, lower humidity from El Paso to Midland, but hot temperatures in the 90s. Beautiful day up in Amarillo, mix of sunshine and clouds, temperatures in the low 80s. Showers and storms for Kansas City, and then again, some storms possible for us here in Houston with high temperatures in the low 90s. Gorgeous weather in the Dakotas, temperatures in the 70s with sunshine, low humidity. Look at this, a little bit of blue showing up on the map. Through the inner range, through the mountain range here in the Rockies, that's snow. So we actually might be seeing temperatures cold enough for snow in the Rockies as we get into tomorrow. Chicago, shower chance 70s. St. Louis, 80 degrees with temperatures, conditions rather looking a little rainy for you as well. Southwest looks gorgeous. Hot though in San Francisco, 93 with sunshine. Near 80 for LA, mid 80s for Reno, 90s for Vegas, 104 for Phoenix. Chilly with shower chances for Denver, sunny and 75 for Salt Lake, near 100 for Medford, Oregon with sunshine. Beautiful weather though for the Pacific Northwest, temperatures in the 70s and 80s, and again a little bit cooler as you get into the mountains. Back here at home today again, first day of fall, temperatures in the low 90s, more of the same for Tuesday. Wednesday we'll see higher rain chances, 92 your high temperature, but afternoon showers and storms as that front comes in. Upper 80s then for Thursday, and then beautiful weather coming up for the end of the week. Lots of sunshine Friday, Saturday, Sunday with cool overnight temperatures and warm afternoons, but again with humidity staying low, 90 degrees is going to feel pretty nice. An update coming up at 4 o'clock on the KHOU 11 News at 4 on the tropics, and your forecast here at home. We'll hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.